Hello, people. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. I'm setting up. So, not everything is in place yet. But I'm working on it. Don't worry. Don't worry. Something will happen very soon. Don't worry. Okay. Nearly done. My face is fine. I don't know if my face is fine. We will see. Boom! Hello! Hi. I'm here. Also tonight, I'm here. I could be making pizza, cooking pizza. I could be chasing girls. I could be listening to music. I could be, I don't know, doing something else. Going around with my Ferrari. But no, I am here developing plane shift. Which is what we like doing. Good evening, people. How are you? Hello, smoking. You are referring to Thanksgiving. Okay. I agree. So we will find out about Thanksgiving right now. Thanksgiving Day history. Thanksgiving 2020 history and traditions. Holy shit. No, I didn't want this. I didn't want the turkey. No, reject all. No. Without the turkey. I have to go in Wikipedia. I think is a more of a turkey less page, right? Hello, Marcellum. Hello, Tua. Hello, Smoky Tony. It's also your birthday. Wow. Happy birthday, Dan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. So happy birthday. It's good, huh? So Thanksgiving is a federal holiday in the United States. I like the fact that they have state, federal, you know? There's always a distinction. But anyway, celebrated on the fourth Thursday of November, which I guess is today. It is sometimes called the American Thanksgiving of the United States to distinguish from the Canadian. Okay, who cares about Canadians at the moment? It originated as a harvest festival, and the centerpiece of Thanksgiving celebration remains the dinner. Okay. We don't care too much about the dinner. The event, the American commonly called the First Thanksgiving, was celebrated by the Pilgrims. Look at the picture of the Pilgrims. These guys, the Pilgrims, were the English settlers who came to North America on the Mayflower and established a Plymouth colony in Massachusetts, naming the final departure. After the first harvest in the New World, October 1621. This feast lasted 3 days and was attended by 90 Native Americans and 53 pilgrims. So you see, the Native Americans at that time were more. The New England colonists were accustomed to regularly celebrating Thanksgiving, days of a prayer thanking God for blessings such as military victory in the end. Blah, blah, blah. Thanksgiving has been celebrated nationally on and off. What do you mean on and off? I mean, sometimes yes, sometimes, it's Thanksgiving. No, we don't care this year. Fuck it. I mean, what is not on and off? But okay. since 1789. Good number, 789. With the proclamation of President George Washington. Look at this guy. After request by the Congress. President Thomas Jefferson chose not to observe the holiday. He didn't want. So his celebration was intermittent. Under the president, Abraham Lincoln. Look at this guy. I think it's one of the most famous pictures in the world after this one and after the one of Einstein. But anyway, in 1863, proclaimed the national day, Thanksgiving, praise for our Father who died by the heavens. Nice. And so on and so on and so on and so on. So, I don't know, for the one that are in US, happy Thanksgiving. For the one that are not in US, who cares? But still, that is the thing. That is the thing that is happening today. Who cares? No, we care. We care about everything. We care about every religion. We care about every people, every race, every color, every gender, everything. Okay, so I want to do, how many we are? Too little still. I will wait a bit. I will wait a bit before going on. Boom. My face now is small. I have this power that I can, make myself smaller or larger at will. Look at that. Okay. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna continue with our crafting thing, right? Because if you don't know, we have an alpha release out, which is full of bugs, but we don't care too much, and so we are developing new stuff. That is the picture of the day, by the way. It looks like a market. Looks like a market somewhere. I mean, somewhere like in Oja, but let me stop the music. God. Okay. So we're gonna work on. Wanna go work on thingies on crafting, right? I'm gonna work on crafting. Before starting crafting, since I see a few people joined, I just wanted to give a quick thank you to the Patreon people. There is a lot of Patreon people these days. We are actually 32. I think sooner or later we will be 3,000. So feel the pride of being the chosen one for now. But for now you are the chosen one. And these are the 3 tiers that we have in Patreon. Not that money counts so much, but still, I mean, there are tiers, and so I organized it by tiers so that the tiers are the 20th tier. The 20th tier is a bit of a crazy tier because it's the tier where you have access to our internal developer channel, which usually I want to keep super secret, and that's something that, I decided to do. And so you get access to that with the 20th level. And at the moment there is one guy. In the past there have been 2 guys, but there is one guy, which is Bear with the Soul, which is in that tier. And is usually very silent, doesn't speak in the developer channel, but I think that sometimes reads what we are doing. The next tier is Dome Traveler, so thank you to Bralke, to George, to Nathan, to Pidzik, to Support, and to Uberyahi for their support. And then we have the Hidless Citizens. And thank you to Baxus, Ben, Charles, Chelsea. Chelsea is the last one. It was registered yesterday. Christopher, Demon Empty, Gotrek, Grimson, Agantir, Jarod, Jerry Bradshaw, Jim, Julian, Magali, Maggie, Marcellum, Matt and Matt. We have 2 Matt. Michael, Nathan, Nicholas and Nicholas. We have 2 Nicholas. Nova, Theo, Tony, which is also her birthday, and Ziara. Okay. So thank you for your support. I could not make this game alone. Well, probably I can, but I think that with you is better. So it's fun to see, and it's interesting to see, and it's heartwarming. Can you say that? To see that there is people that want to support the game and they are interested in the game. So thank you for that. Very kind of you. Ooh, and very kind of me of doing the game. Yes. Okay. Okay. Hello, Pancake. How are you? Sometime I don't see you. So we have the alpha. We have the alpha out, Pancake. Okay. So what I was doing before connecting, well, yes, I was taking the screenshot. I was taking screenshot for that thank you page. Look at the smoke, by the way. Wow, look at the smoke. Wow. Yeah, I was taking screenshot of that, but I was also trying to understand how we can create this kind of a tree structure for our crafting things, for our crafting mechanisms, because today crafting is fairly hard to understand. And so what I managed to do yesterday, which I think was a very good result, was to get to the point in which we have a list of items from the single component up to the final item that are needed in the process of crafting a certain object, right? And I think that's very good. That's very good. So now what I want to do, I want to send this information to the client, in particular with this command, which is called receive crafting book content 3, and from this one, which I think I placed already in Planeship Player Controller ES, I would like to be able to visualize the result somehow, right? So I think that this one, the things that you should do, first of all, I think we need a new window. I think that we use this window as a new window, because I don't think that the crafting, let me think about it. I'm thinking deeply in my mind. Yeah, I think we need a new window anyway. For now, let's use this window. I will just create the window, even if it's not the most elegant, but I will just create it on the fly, okay? Which is a bad idea, but for testing is okay. So we will do this. We will just create a new, as soon as we receive this, we will create a new widget, right? And then we will have to redo it, but we will create our crafting tree widget, and then inside of this widget, I think that we will call, I think that we will call, I think I need to move this method. Yes, I need to move this method, interacting crafting tree node, this thing, iterate crafting tree node. So let me move it inside of this window. Functions. So we move it here, and we copy this, and we need to have an input parameter, which is a crafting node. Input parameter, which is a node. What? I cannot call it node because for some reason, okay, I can call it node now, which is a crafting node. Yes. and this one will connect here and will connect here, and then I need to call the same guy again like this. Okay, so at the moment this is just printing out the information that we receive from the server. Hello Hula, good evening. Good evening. Good evening to you. So we are just going to do this. This is a recursive function which is calling itself multiple times. And for every node is basically printing out the name. Now, instead of doing this, which I think is already good, but may not be enough, we could, you know, as soon as this is called, well, we need to actually, I think it would be best to call kind of an initialize. Let's make a new event which is called initialize, because we need to be sure that we have an event to clear out, you know, to clear out all the information. And this initialize will also have the starting node. Why not? I think it can. I think it can have as an input the starting node. The starting node, and this one is a crafting node. Yes. So this initialize, the first thing we will have to do, it will have to actually clean all the nodes that we already have, and then call iterate crafting node with the first node. Okay. And here in between I need to clear out, but I don't know exactly how to do it. Let me see, expandable area. Do we start with an existing expandable area? I think so. I think we need to start with an existing one. Let me say, the problem though is that I need to add it. What happens if I add another expandable area? What happens? What happens? What happens if I copy this and I put it here? No, we need a container of some kind. We need a container, so like a grid, like a vertical box. What do you think? We can try. We can try a vertical box, and we can try to have the expandable area inside a vertical box, and the other expandable area again inside the same vertical box, and then having our vertical box be as big as we need it. Let me just see, this will be like the second top node. Yes, I think it may work like this. I think it could be okay. Then if I shrink this one, everything will shrink. Okay, so I think it's good. I think we can do it. I can do something like this. So I think we will arrive up to the vertical box. The vertical box will make it a variable so that we have it as so let's say vertical box container. So this will be his name, right? And the vertical box container will be Then we have to change, you know, the way they look. Okay, but the way they look, let me say that we do it as the last thing. So we don't care at the moment about the way those look. Just a second, I need to do something quick. Poof, poof, disappeared. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Poof. So I think we can do that. Now, it will not be the best, but I think we'll be... And by the way, the expandable area, I think we can change everything. We can change the background. We can change the image for the collapse. So I think we can decide a color. I think we can decide, I think we can change everything. I think we can also put an image on the background. Image. This is the image of the thing now. But can I change the border brush? I don't know, we will check, but we will check, but I hope yes. Okay, I just don't like this kind of gray background color, this gray thing here, but I hope, you know, it's changeable. Now I don't see it, and that scares me a bit, but whatever I change is not changing, but I would assume that there is a way. Nothing is changing when I change it, but border brush, margin, border color. I don't know, I don't see any, whatever I do, nothing is changing. It never changes here, I don't know. But okay, I guess it will be possible. I assume it will, okay? So now now it's okay. Now let's just try to have it functional somehow, and then we will see how to change the layout. So basically I will need to add on the fly. I will have to add on the fly new expandable areas to our vertical box container. Right? So the vertical box so we need to work on that thing, so on the vertical box container. So I think we will do vertical box container, and then we need to create, I think we need to create a new widget, right? Because the expandable area is a widget itself. So expandable. No, I cannot create it. Add child, okay, but because these are only widgets, like outside widgets, huh? Well, I can create a widget. Yes, I think I need to create a widget myself, which contains an expandable area, which will then have I think that's probably the only way, yeah? That's probably the only way. So I think I need to create a new widget. And this new widget will be called crafting item. No, crafting node. Crafting node. Okay. And the crafting node will be super simple. So will be one expandable area, which we need to put, yes, at the top. And now the sides will have to fit the father, right? So we'll have to fit the father. So whatever is the father, it needs to, and this one will be called expandable area. And will be a variable, yes. And I think nothing else. I don't think we need anything else in this crafting node. So now when I'm doing my construct, I should see the widget crafting node. Yes. Right. Maybe we need to call it WD like we call everything else. Yes. Let's call it WD underscore crafting node, which is just our prefix for widgets. Okay. So magically now we have WD crafting node here, as you can see. So we create a new widget, yes. And in this widget, we need to have get expandable area, yes, but maybe we can just do, you know, we can just do a method which is called setup, which I think would be a bit cleaner. So we create a new function inside of this, which we call setup, like we do for many other. Can I rename this? No, you don't want me to. Okay, I need to do it from here. Okay. Yeah, so this will be called expandable area 1 or whatever, because it doesn't like expandable area. And again, we will change the layout of this, so we don't care. But the setup at the moment will take just a name. So I think it needs to take a name, which will be an f string, and then it will take as a parameter another expandable area, right? No, I don't want to become famous. I'm already famous. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I removed all of them. Now I'm thinking if the right way is to pass in a node, or if the right way is to pass in another expandable area, because actually we will create a widget. We will create a widget. And then we will call the setup of that widget. And the setup of that widget, I think we need to do it the opposite way, guys. I think we need to first iterate on all the top nodes, which is this loop. For each of the top node, we create a new widget, and then we ask to that widget to initialize himself. I think that would be the best. And so I will have, yeah, I think it's probably better. And so this means that I will not have this kind of iteration, but I will just have this setup, you know, and the setup needs to take a craftable node, right? A crafting node. A crafting node. Then why have the name? I can just pass in the whole node, and the node contains the name as well, right? No, but I think I have a fundamental flaw in this logic. I have a fundamental flaw in this logic, and the fundamental flaw is that our start is not one node, but is an array of nodes. Okay? Is an array of nodes. So I think this for loop, I want to do it directly inside the setup of the window. Yes, I think would be better. Yes. Yes, would be better. I don't know why I wanted to do it there, but this thing should be an array of crafting nodes. Okay. And this array of crafting nodes will first thing delete all the children of clear all children. Yes, so we will first delete all the current children of our vertical box container, and then after this he will now here we can do it. Here we can for loop each of them, and for each of them call the creation. Yeah, so I don't think I need this function actually. I don't think I need. I think this function was an idea, but not the best one. So for each node, I'm going to call the setup which will be inside our crafting widget, and this one will take, yes, and this one will take one node. This one is good that it takes one node. This one takes one node, yes, and this one is taking this node, and he's doing the setup of this new widget. Then after he did the setup, we need to add it as a child of this guy, and I think that's it. So yes, I mean that's it, that's the beginning, but this means that we are going to loop. Why we're looping twice? No, wait, why I'm looping twice? I don't need to loop twice, I need to loop once. So these are the top nodes, right? And I'm going to get the top node only. Now, do we want to print here the name? Okay, we want, but it's not very needed. So we create a crafting node, we do the setup, and then we add as a child this one. So this will add all the top nodes, and then the widget in the setup will now iterate inside all of them, and it will, so in the setup what it's gonna do is gonna get expandable area, get header, which I hope I can. Holy moly. I need to set of this expandable area. I need to set the header object. So why I cannot get wait. This expandable area is my widget, huh? No, this is my widget. So here I'm already inside the expandable area. So why it doesn't let me get... Do I need to make these two variables as well? Because I need to access these two pieces programmatically. If I cannot access these two pieces, I'm dead. I'm completely dead. But I mean, I hope I can. Why header is never here? There is just a get header padding, but no, please don't tell me it's not possible. Don't tell me it's not possible, huh? Expandable area, set header. Set header. Let's put a bit of music. Play folder. Okay. No, not like this. I can also avoid using expandable area, but expandable area is already done, so why I should not use it? That was my idea, no? Expandable area from blueprint. Otherwise we create our own, but it's already done. I cannot believe I cannot access the... I cannot believe I cannot access the header from this guy. Expandable area. Event. Bind event on expansion changed. Unbind all events on expansion change. Unbind all event on expansion change. Okay, but... expansion, get is expanded, set is... Or I need to search for the child number 0 and child number 2. So I mean a child number 1. And this is automatically my header, but... that looks a bit weird. I think we need to do it on a separate project, because doing it here will take too much time to test, but... let me see. Let me try to go... Let me try to go... In our real project, I think we have a UI test. No, I think we had a user interface something. Let's try to open this one. I don't know. Ouch. I think I launched it too long time ago. Too much time ago. We can create it manually. I mean, we can create a new object that expands, right? It's not a big issue. I think is calculating shaders, because we have it already. We have it already, for example, in the in the skill window, or we even have it in the faction window where I created it very recently. There is this box which is faction ranks, but I mean okay, this interface kit is not starting, or is taking too much time to start. User interface kit. Ah. Okay, I think it's starting now. This was, I think, a project where I was doing tests for user interface, and I think it's a good idea to keep the things there. I don't know if it was too complex or not, but... Good evening, Maui. Hello, hello, hello. Come on. I mean, if we cannot do it like this, I think I can build my own. Now it disappeared from the list. Now it disappeared from the list. But it's there for sure, because we launched it. We launched it, so in fact it created also this derived data cache. So at the moment it's empty, but... Launching old projects is always a bit of a gamble, huh? Okay, I think it did it. Nice. 1300 shaders to compile. Okay, we'll take a bit. But this was the UI that I was using to test different things, right? And I think it was inside example layout. If I remember right, yes. So I can put here, okay, let me put it here directly. So let me put my expandable area in the UI like this. And let me see first of all if it pops up or not. Yes, it pops up. Okay. And now we want to see if we can, well, we put in some in the graph of this widget, I think in the construct, let me just check if it's still compiling shaders, so it may be a bit, the stream may be a bit slow because it's compiling the shaders for this sample project. Okay, so here what I want to do, I want to get my expandable area and I want to try to do get child why not? I don't understand really. How do I interact with this thing? I mean, it's not possible to interact with this thing dynamically? I cannot believe it. Where is Gion when I need him? Ciao, Gustavo. Hello. Good evening. I'm trying to use one of the Unreal Engine components, which works very well when pre-built, but it seems that it doesn't have methods to be manipulated from blueprints. I think we need to do it ourselves because I don't see a way. No, it seems that that is very stupid though. I mean, it's a pity because it was done already and he already had all the properties, but it seems that does not exist. There is no method to change the expandable area. Let me go directly on Answer Hub 1 second. I should put a bookmark to it, by the way. And let me just search it directly here so that we see if now they all use it, you see they all use it pre-made. So they all use it, like this one for example in an expandable area. They all use it by setting up stuff directly in the editor. And not dynamically. The problem is that we need to create it dynamically because we have a variable number of a lot of people asking how to use it, how to use it. Nah. No, I think we need to make it. I'm just you know triple checking to avoid creating something that already exists, but creating dynamic expanding widgets. Okay, I think we're gonna do it then custom. It's okay. I think we can do it as an example. We can do it in this project because it will be quicker just to test, and then we will do it in the plane shift project. So I think we have two. Yeah. Okay, let's try to do it. Let's try to do it quickly in this project and see what happens. So the thing that we need. So let me create maybe a new folder and call it plane shift, and inside of this we're going to create a new widget, and our new widget will be our crafting node, right? Our crafting node. Now we will assume obviously that we have the right information. So what we want to do, we want to have a button, which is the first thing that we need, and this will have an image associated, and we will choose you know, the one that can be the can I have a toggle? Maybe a toggle will be easier, so maybe a checkbox will be easier, because I think the checkbox already has the toggle idea, no? Yes, I think so. Because this guy is already, he already knows if he's toggled or not. Unless there is any other, apart from the expandable area, but if there is any other... Well, we could use, in theory, we could use the expandable area only for the header, but no, let's use our own guy. Checkbox or toggle button? Ah, it's already okay. So they already know that I need this. You see, toggle button. You can press to toggle it. Wonderful. Okay. So this guy will have that, and then we will have just a text with the name. Okay, so this will be the name of the object, and this text box can just start, you know, from the end of the checkbox. So this would be the thing that I click to expand it, and this would be the header. And then what I need this is the hard part, because actually I need to indent it, you know, I need to indent all the ones that are children. So, or I have a spacer kind of idea, and then I put the others. Otherwise, it will never work, right? I need a kind of a spacer on the left. So, if I need a spacer, then I need a grid, and if I need a grid, because the grid can be infinite in this case. Do you think that the grid will be smart enough? As soon as because I will need a grid panel, right? So I think I need a grid panel, and I need to put inside a grid panel the checkbox and the text. Where the checkbox is the... Wait. Where the checkbox is the column 0, and the text block is the column 1. Now, why the checkbox has 0 sides? Because we don't have a checked image. Why am I... No, I don't understand why my checkbox is 0 size. Draw as image. No tiling. No, I don't understand why the checkbox is not showing up. Crafting node. So if I go here and I take my I need anyway a kind of a window to hold, you know. So crafting. We are just experimenting here, okay? So I don't have a solution in mind. I mean, I'm just experimenting a bit with what we can do. So the crafting window can be on top of my layout. Right? And my crafting window can be a variable, and what I want to do in my code is as soon as we start, I get my crafting window and I create a new widget, which is my crafting node, and then I add it as a child to this guy. I need to ask, sorry, I need to ask the crafting window to do it, because I think I cannot do it from here. I need to do it from within the crafting window. So let me create the setup, right? So we'll do the crafting window setup, and then here we create the widget. And then we add it as a child of my vertical box, right? My vertical box needs to be a variable, which is similar to what I have in the other project, right? So it should be fairly similar. Add child to vertical box and add child. What was the difference? Okay, let me just see what happens. Okay, I have my text block, but for whatever reason, apart from the fact that when I click I shoot, but but it's okay. I don't know if he's capturing the clicks now, but the problem is that in that setup, you know, so he properly added the crafting node. He did it, so which is nice, but I cannot get my checkbox of having any sides. I don't understand why. Why the checkbox is automatically 0 sides? While my button, for example, as you can see, he has a sides, right? But the checkbox not. Why the checkbox is so dead? It's a matter of it looks like the checkbox want to be on top. Let me put some text. Wait a second. I think he needs a child to size himself. Yes, he needs a child to size himself. Okay. I mean, it's a bit stupid, but we can do it. We can have a text box as a child, which is empty, right? Why not? So like this, it will show properly. Okay. Like this, it will show properly. And also I can click it. Okay, now don't look at the pictures because it's, I mean, but I can probably click it. Now, what we want to do, we want this guy to hold a panel which is actually invisible as a default, but then when you click it, it becomes visible, right? So basically this. And so here we branch and we say okay, if it's true, then we will enable the panel below. Now the only problem I think that I need already to set a kind of a spacer here, and likely a spacer exists as an object, and this spacer I think can be row number 2, I mean 1, and the spacer size can be at least, you know, 40 by 40 or something like that. Yes, so that's the spacer that will stay here, and it will allow me to place something on the right side of this block. Now the question is, do I want to have an object there, or do I want to have yes, I think I want to have a function which is like add child, right? I think I want to add a new event inside of this. Add child widget, or add child node, or something like that. And add child node will happen whenever we want, and it will populate this part on the right, which we need to set up though. Or not. I think we can just say, if I put my grid, basically I want my grid panel as a variable, and I want to take my grid panel, right? And here I can do add child. The only point is that I want to set up exactly. I want to set up the row and the column. Now I can pass in the row and column number so that we can we can expand it indefinitely, right? But for now, just for now, for the first test, let's say that my row and column will be row 1, column 1. Okay, so which is the place where I need to put my thing. Now the point is that this child will be another crafting node, right? So basically when we add a child, I don't know if you want to create a widget here or you want to create it in the calling function, but I think that for now doesn't make any difference, right? So we're gonna create a crafting node, and the crafting node will be added as a content in this row, right? And as a default, it will be hidden as well. So when I click on expand or not expand, I need this part at the bottom to disappear. No, I think this is a mess. I think it's much easier if I do another thing. Which is just a vertical box with a left padding. It will be so much easier, you have no idea. The problem is that then how do I know all the children that are part... there is a kind of a logical problem here. How do I know? How do I know? I need an empty page. Okay, we'll kill this one. So I have my checkbox and I have my title. And then below it, okay, I may have some space, which is okay. But then I have another panel, which is identical to this one. Which will be like this. And then I have another panel, right? And so on. Ingredient 1. And for example, this one may have 2. So the complexity of this is that when I close this one, I need to hide all the ones below. The problem is that is not just the ones below, because there may be another one here, right? Which there may be another one here, which is actually not his child, right? It's not his child. Is a parallel thing. So if I just consider that I will close everything that is below him, is not a good is not a good algorithm. I need to close all the ones that are inside of him. So that's why my idea was to put it actually inside. And yeah, so for opening and closing is much better. But for positioning on the screen is a kind of a mess. Because this is why I want to use the expandable area, which was done already. Because it was done already, but it's not, we cannot interact with it. So basically everything that is in this box, so in this position 1 1, Unless I do a small trick. Unless I do a small trick. And the small trick is to have the spacer. Wait, I think I have an idea. I don't know if it works, but if I have the spacer inside this object, if I have the spacer inside this object, and then I have here, no, but doesn't work because then this one will flow to the left. Well, I can maybe change the size of the spacer though, because the spacer size I think is something I can change. There could be a way. But still I need my object. I still need a panel here. So I don't know exactly what is it, but I think it must be another container. So it could be I think it must be another canvas panel. Let me try to do it the way I was trying to do it before, okay? So the checkbox is at the beginning, the text box is also the beginning, and the spacer is down here, and then to the left of the spacer I have my canvas panel. Which will be the variable and will contain the other object. Right? Okay, let me try what happens like this. So if this contains the other object, then I need to get, when I construct the new child, I do add child node, okay. Creating widget node, okay. Add child to the grid. In this case will always be 1, 1, which is an advantage. Right? Yes, will always be 1, 1. It will be inside. It will be inside the canvas panel. Okay, so now I just need to do that when I click. But I think that the problem is a bit different though, because problem is a bit different. I mean, when the canvas panel can be hidden, but I need also to hide the spacer. So I need basically the second row to be, I need the second row to be a single item. So I need the canvas panel to span 2 columns. I need a canvas panel to span 2 columns and to be in the first row and have as a child the spacer. And have as a child the spacer. And then I will add another child to the canvas panel. So when I add the child, I don't take the grid panel, I take the canvas panel, and I add a child to it. And then when I click on the checkbox, I take my canvas panel and I set the visibility to true or false, but not completely convinced, huh? In fact, it's not working. When I click on this, now the problem is, seems that the canvas panel, if I'm adding a child, oh no, wait, I didn't connect this. I didn't connect that, so it was fully empty. Okay. So it's actually hiding the child. The problem is that the spacer is not really doing its job because it's not inside the grid itself. So I think I need the grid to be I think inside the canvas panel, which is spanning 2 rows, I will have to put another grid just to ensure that the spacer is taking the right space. This is becoming a bit too verbose in terms of objects, but so this one will be grid panel for child. Let me see if it works this way. So there will be the grid panel for child, and so in reality we are gonna get this, and we're gonna do and we're gonna do an add child here. Anyway, we will have only one child, so I don't care where I put it. I don't care where I put it. I know, but still is not. The problem is that it's not going to the right. The second item is not indented on the top one. Use the parenting siblings relationship to activate the hidden, not hidden. What do you mean? They are is exactly what I'm doing, because I'm adding the child. So I'm adding that as a child, right? And is actually disappearing. The problem is not the disappearing, the problem is the positioning. The problem is the positioning, because I'm trying to force the item below to go to the right. So to be indented, you know, to be indented under that one, but it seems it's not working. So as soon as I add a new child here, let's say that is a text, right? You see the text stays on the left. Why the spacer is not? Why the spacer is not doing shit? I mean the spacer, yeah, because this one needs to be column 2 then. Needs to be column 2. I mean 1. Needs to be column 1, huh? If it's not column 1 it will never work, huh? Okay. I can do this. Would be row 1, row 0, column 1. Right. Okay, now they are indented. Okay, now they are indented, and they disappear. Do you think it will work with an infinite amount or not? Because in theory now I have the add child, right? And so I could, from my original window, I could say add child, and then I can do it again, and this will be two parallel children, right? No, for some reason it doesn't work. Yes. No, it doesn't work because this one is using the same grid panel for child in the same row, in the same column, so it will never work. No, I need to specify the position. So this add child node actually needs to have at least the number of child. So it needs to know the child number, which is an integer, right? And this one will be the row. And this one will be the row. Yeah, potentially. The problem, I don't know if it will work when I... So if I do 0 and 1... Holy moly! Why went so down? I don't know exactly why, but I think because the size of this thing is... But it seems to be okay. Let me just try one thing. Let me just add also another parameter, which is the name, because I would like to vary a bit the size of the second one. So in the second one, we will set the text block, which will become txt name and will become a variable. We will set the txt name no. I don't know if there is a better way to do this, but expandable area seems to be the best, but you cannot interact on it with... Let me just to set the name, because I want to try to have a name which is longer in the second node. So the first node will be stout beer, and the second node will be the beer I made one day long ago, right? Holy fuck. What? No. No. No, 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 no. Wait. We need a setup on the actual node. We need a setup on the actual node. And the setup will get the name. And this one will set to my txt name. So this one. So this is my name. I mean, this is the name of the father node. Right? There is the name of the father node. Which is the setup of this guy. Which will be beer types. Okay, so this will be the father. Then for the children, I need to create the children, and then I need to call setup on that one. Okay. Right. So for some reason my top node doesn't have a name. I didn't call it. And now this thing fucked up. So we have beer types. And this one we can collapse fully. And then we have stout beer, which is just collapsing his own children, which is 0, and this one which is collapsing his own, which is 0. So now, okay. I think it's kind of fine, but okay, let me try now to add. So let's say that every child is another child. Right? The way to do it, unfortunately there is not really a way to do it. Unless I make this one a function and I return the... I can make this one a function. What? Okay, thank you for destroying my function. I think I had to select everything. Now, there was convert event. Look, convert event to function. Convert the selected event to a function graph and removes this event node. Ah. Yes, he actually did it. So if this function is returning the... I mean, it's not a good way to do it anyway, yeah? But just to test 1 second, then I will have to remake it with a recursivity in mind, you know, because but just as a test, 1 second. So right? Just as a second, if I return a crafting node, no. If I return a crafting node widget, if I return a crafting node widget, and yeah, so now here I have my thing. No, here I have my thing, right? I could decide on this widget to add another child with another name, right? I'm just gonna put it like this so it's visually more understandable what we are doing. So we are adding 2 child nodes to this guy, stout beer, my avatar, Sierra Nevada seems to be a stout beer, and Williams seems to be a stout beer. So we will have Williams and Sierra. Okay. So he needs to know the child number, yes. He needs to know the child number, which starts from 0, by the way. But then we will have another child node, which will be my own beers. And these 2 my own beers will have 3 children, just to exaggerate, just to make it insane. And this one will be Talad beer. I don't know what names. I'm not focusing on the names too much. Will be Talad. Will be, I don't know, beer from heaven, and will be beer from hell. Even if we don't have heaven and hell. But okay, I cannot think to names now. I'm focused on this thing. So some mess happened. So beer types seems to close everything. So beer types seems to understand he's the father of everything. Stout beer. Stout beer is actually working, and is actually closing the 2. The problem is that the second one is overlapping. You see the Sierra is written on top of this. I don't know why there is so much space, and I don't know why they are overlapping, because in theory they are inside a grid. In theory they are inside a grid, so they should stick to the grid. No? In theory they should stick to the grids. My character is going to be crazy, eh? Hello, man. You're going a bit crazy. Why are you going a bit crazy? Huh? Yeah, you're going a bit crazy. I don't know why. Don't do it. So the problem here is that the grid, is there a way for me to visualize the grid? Because if I can put a border to that grid, I think everything will be much easier for us. So if I have like a grid, but I don't understand why he has. Oh, probably the space is this space. Probably the space is this space. So if I make it smaller. Yeah, but we have the same problem that they don't move. They don't move based on the other content. They don't move based on the other content. Why? Why they don't move based on the other content? Why this box? So this box, so this box is as big as this. And then he has inside another grid. Yeah, but it should sense, I mean, this grid above should sense that the child is expanded. Should I make a fit to sides? Because I remember there is a way, you know, to have a kind of a fit to sides of the content, but I think I have it only on what? I have it only on sides boxes. Let me try now. No, it doesn't. Sides box. But it's strange though, because sides box, sides to content, right? Sides to content. So it will auto sides based on the content. So why is not doing it? We can but we can test it here, because it will work as so if after this I put the problem is that let me try to put a canvas panel there. If I put a canvas panel below this, which is exactly what we do by code when we add a child, and this one we say to the panel for child that he has to be in column 1, right? And inside this canvas panel we basically have all of this again, right? Because we have it again. Now what happens? Hey, you see that the one above is not resizing. So But why? Why this size box is not sizing to the full content? I don't understand. So the size box is this, right? And it's containing everything. And everything goes down up to here. But the size box remains this size. It's due to the canvas panel, which is like fucking up things. Let me remove the canvas panel. Let me put just the size box. But you see that the size box doesn't have any more size to content when is inside the grid. You see that it goes away. Why? Why, boys? Why the size box? Because we're inside a grid and so it doesn't work anymore? The problem is that I need it that way. I need it that way. I need it that way. But the size box is not expanding. Wait a second. Yeah, he has the size box inside the vertical box, which I think is pretty much the same as the grid box. So they are objects that are already doing some resizing. Apparently in the parent component vertical box I had to set size to content to true. This can be found and the slot. So also the grid needs to be size to content. Also the grid. Ouais. Et non. This one is size to content. Ah. It did something. Wait a second. Okay, now we have another problem, but at least that problem seems to be working in the sense that now if I close stout beer, it's actually closing stout beer. The problem is that this thing is fucking up with the horizontal width, but now I mean, why this is... Fuck, we have a bit of a problem with the... But I think if I keep everything left... If I keep everything left... Why now is working here but not here? The left? Why the left? Why the left? Can I draw the border of the... No. Wouldn't it be nice to draw the border of the grid? So they could see how it is. But it seems that there is something that is fucking... I mean, it's nearly correct, but not really. I mean, not yet. Because you see there is so much space between this and this. Because I think that is kind of aligning to this child. So if I close this, this one doesn't move. But if I close this, you see that it does. So it's like... It's like he's trying to match the maximum space. He's trying to match the maximum space, but I don't understand. I don't understand if it's a matter of column span. But if it's a matter of column span, I can say that this one is spanning, you know, 50 columns. And I don't care. I mean, it's spanning forever. And up to 50 child. But no, you see, it's not that. No, it's not that. It's not that. So it seems that this text is getting influenced by the other child, but not this one, not this child. Okay, let me try without children, okay? Let me try without. So if we have in our crafting window, let me add only this. No, it's already a problem. So it seems that whenever you have a child, you know, this thing is getting moved to the right. I don't know exactly what is in between here. I mean, not the spacer, because the spacer is here. So the spacer, actually the spacer seems to work fine, because he's always doing the same. But it seems that the father is influenced by the child. If he has a child, then he's moving to the right. I mean, why? Why is this? Bye bye, Hula. Good night. We will do this. We will do this. Don't worry. Yeah, I'm just trying to understand. So let's try to add only one child, which is the simplest case possible, right? Let's try to add one child only. One child only is like this, and the problem is the same. If I close it, it goes into the right place. If I open it, it seems like it's influenced by. But why? Because my grid is made of, in the first row, I don't understand that too much, because my grid is something like that, right? So I have one box. I mean, actually, it should be. Do you think he's trying to get the average of the two? But no, because this one is always in the correct place. So my grid is 2 columns, this and this. And then my grid is 1 spacer, which is actually down here. Whatever it is, I mean, something like that. And then I have my checkbox. I mean, and then it's repeated, so it's the same as above, right? So there is 1 here and 1 here. Now, why this one is then trying to align? It's not even trying to align, because it's not even aligned to the text below. It's not even aligned to that. Why is fucking up like this? Why is fucking up like this? Because for the rest is working, huh? For the rest seems to be working fine. So we have what we want. It's just that whenever there is a child, can I make the cell color of the grid? Can I make the cell color of the grid visible? By the way, is the size box needed or not? Let me remove the size box 1 second and see if now with the size to content is working anyway, also without the size box. Yeah, I think it's working identical. But wait, let me do the full graph 1 second. Yeah. By the way, the last beer is not shown. Beer from heaven and beer from hell. Beer from hell is not shown. I mean, is on top of this one. That is not good. Why? Because I didn't give him a different number. Exactly. I need to say 2. If I say 2 in the row, now it will be fine, I guess. Yes. So that was just a simple mistake. But still, these freaking titles are moving based on the elements below. So the size box makes no difference as long as you select size to content in the grids, then the grids are working as expected because the grid is automatically sized into content. What I want to understand is what is happening to the cell of the grid panel. So it looks like the cell of the grid panel, I cannot move it. So I was thinking, can I have a cell of a specific color so that I think I can have an image. Wait. I think I can have an image here. And this image will be in the same position of the text block, right? So we can see it. So we can see it all, and maybe we can have, you know, a color which is slightly different color, because I want to see if it's the full cell. No, you see, the cell is getting moved. Then what is here? Is the spacer that is getting... is the checkbox, huh? Yeah, it's the checkbox. So it's the checkbox that is getting expanded. Is the checkbox that is getting expanded. Why? I need to drink something. I think we are close, huh? I think we are close, but... Now, I don't know how this will work when we have like 100 items or 200 items, but hopefully Unreal Engine will help us. Because basically for every item, you know, we have... For every line we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 and 7. And 8. So for every line we will have 8 objects, right? They are very simple objects because they are just text and stuff. But you know, if we have a tree of 100 objects, will be 800 components, 800 UI components. We can maybe think to optimize it later on, but it's also true that when you are doing crafting, you know, you are not really doing anything else. So even if the UI is a bit heavy, I mean, it's not that you are using it in combat. I'm just trying to understand why this box is getting expanded. Let me try to put a color. Can I color the spacer? No. But I can do the same. I can put another image. And I can color this image just to see if that is getting stretched. What the fuck? What is going on? So it seems that the first spacer is correct. So it's a square, like it should be. The second spacer, but here there should be nothing though. I mean, it should not be like this, right? It should be... I don't understand. Something weird going on, because it should not be like this. It should be... let me do a black box. This should be... It should be like this. So the spacer should only exist below. I mean, for one block. I don't understand what is going on. Why we have those spacers which are expanding to the left? Why, like here we have two space? What the? Wait a second. No, that is super weird. Why on this line? Why on this line we have two spacers? Why on this line we have two spacers? Don't understand what is going on. It seems that this thing is kind of adapting. Wait, I think there is just a mistake in some of the settings, because it's not possible. So this spacer should never move, should always be the same size. Right? Horizontal align fill? No, it should be no fill. It should just be his sides, whatever sides. We said it is 32, it should be 32. If I do 300, what does it do? Yes, 300. Okay, so it should be a fixed size. If we decide it is 40, it will be 40. Now the one above is... Anyway, let me try like this 1 second. Now, is any way filling the space? And here we have two. I don't understand this. Ah, no, it's not two. It's the same one that is expanding vertically. Ah, yes. It's the same one that is expanding vertically. I understand, okay. Okay, so at least the spacer is the correct size, let me say. The problem is we still have the same issue. We still have the same problem that this thing gets expanded based on the children. And not only the first children, it gets expanded by all the children. Because if I close this one, it is reducing. If I close this one, so it's based on a number of children. The more children I put, the more the space. Or is it a matter of the length of the names? Let me change Williams to something very long, just to understand. Let me change it to Williams. Yes. is filling up basically all the space. But why this one cannot stay east sides? So that's the problem. This thing is not staying the sides we want. So the problem is actually the checkbox. I don't want the checkbox to fill. I want the checkbox to stay. But it doesn't make difference, because even if I say to stay to the left, now the checkbox will stay to the left, but the thing will go to the right. So the problem is not, these controls are not doing anything. They're just stretching the image, right, inside the cell, but they're not really deciding horizontal alignment. Left. Text. It's freaking the same. Grid panel, size to content. So basically my checkbox is expanding. And I don't know if it's expanding to be exactly half of the space, but probably yes. You see that it's pretty much half of the space available. So it's dividing these two cells exactly in the middle. Now the question is, why is not doing it when he has no children? Because when he has no children, yeah, but he's sizing the top. He's sizing the top based on 50% of the space available at the bottom. Which is super stupid. I don't want this to happen. I want... So I have a grid panel. Inside the grid panel, I have my checkbox, which is the row 00, and I have my text, which is the row 01. And now I also have the image, but let me say that the image anyway is stretched, so... And then below that I have my canvas panel, which has a column span of 2. I don't know if this column span is fucking up. And then inside I have, but what I have inside, it should not matter much, you know. What I have inside. Let me just create a new fresh thing. And we just test it, because it's not a matter of how I create it. It's just a matter of just how it works. So let me put a grid, right? Let me just put a grid. And then inside the grid, we put 2 text, one shorter and one longer. And I want to see if he's trying to make them equal. I think he will try to make them equal, which is the problem that we are having. So if I have, if I have, no, I don't mean this. I mean, if in the cells below, yes, exactly. If in the cell below we have another text, right? Which is a long text, right? And this one will stay at the bottom, right? And this one will span 2. Yes, you see that he's trying to put, is dividing the 2 blocks at the top exactly 50-50. Okay? But in our case, we don't want this. We want this one to have an exact size. I need to force this cell to have a specific size. I need to force, so that's the question. Right? The question is to force one cell size. So grid box. Grid is called, the name is grid box. What is the name of this thing? It's grid panel. Grid panel. Force one cell size. Because you see, uniform grade in theory is the one that is uniform. I guess. Uniform grade is like everything is in the same size. But basically what I want this block to be a certain size. If I do left, you see that if I do left, it actually aligns, but this one still stays at the 50-50 range. So I don't get it. So how do I... Should I put a size box inside of that? Should I put a size box here as a first element? And the text box will be inside. And the size box, but you see, if the size box is inside the grid panel, it cannot determine his size anymore. So how do I override that? So why a grid panel is always 50-50? Did I do it already somewhere? Because it seems to be weird that I cannot do it. I mean, I can divide it in 3. Obviously, the solution is say, okay, divide it in how many... Divide it in how many blocks you want, but I don't want to divide it in blocks. I just want the left one to be a specific size and everything else to go along with that, and this should not be 50-50. Let me see all the possibilities we have here. We have the size, the alignment, column fill. What is this thing? Column fill. What is column fill? 0, 0. Maybe it's the percentage, like 10%. The column fill rules. Don't understand what is this. Whatever I put makes no difference. Maybe because I have the size to content. Yes, it looks like. Without the size to content, this thing is doing something. Column 10. What the hell? I have no understand. What is this? Fill rules. Let me see if he managed to set the sides to something that is not... Well, it did something here, but I think it did it just by... It is HD. It doesn't look like HD, but okay. It did something like changing the fill column 3. Column fill 012 012. Okay, so he has the 3x3. And then he's deciding, okay, wait a second. Well, if it's 2x2, I think I can do it. So I can do, but I absolutely need the sides to content as well, because otherwise, I don't know, let's see. So if I do 2 columns, because I have 2 columns and 2 rows. Okay, this is what I have. And so basically this guy is saying that you can say how much they take. So if I do like this one is 1, this one is 2, this one is 1, this one is 1. I don't know. 2, 1. What the fuck is this? 5. Why 5? Is based on 100 or is based on... What is the unit of measure of this thing? What is the unit of measure of this thing? I don't get it. One, 3. So he has 3 columns, right? And basically here what he's saying is that the first column is weighting 1, the middle one is weighting 3 times. In fact, it looks like 3 times this. And the last one is weighting 1, right? And all these ones are weighting 1, 1, 1. So I'm expecting that if also in my grid I say, well, now there is the tag, that is the sides box. Maybe I should remove the sides box because you may mess up things, okay? If I remove the sides box, right, and I have 3 text, and I need, wait, let's put them in the right position though. The first one is in, the first one should be in 0, 0. In 0, 0, the first text. The second text should be in 0, 1. And the third text should be in 1, 0. Exactly, column span 2. Okay. So now I think they are in the right position. So if I say that everything is 1, 1, in theory, yes, but in practice it doesn't work. Ah, wait, because it was too small. But if I do sides to content, I think it fucks up my changes. If If I do sites to content, huh? It looks like, yes, it's the percentage of the... The problem is that I don't know up front, you know, the total sites. So if I do... So if in my crafting node, I do the same. So I add 2 columns and 2 rows. And I say that I want in the row the same proportion, so 1 and 1. No, wait. I'm doing it on the wrong place. It's not this grid, it's this grid. Even if for the child will be the same. This thing is like a huge puzzle, boys. It's like a huge puzzle. Yeah, you see, 1-1 is fucking up with this, which is correct actually, because now they are weighting the same. So if I do 0.1, that one becomes super small. My problem is that my problem is that this thing changes based on the size of the children. It's not what I want. It's not what I want. There must be another way. Okay, there must be another way. Let me think to another way. So another way will be to have the text be in the same column let's remove the images 1 second, because no, let's keep the no, let's, I don't know, because the images are messing up a bit the layout. But so my idea is, what if we just say that the text block is in column 1 and is in column 0 and is spanning 2 columns and is spanning 2 columns, and the image the same is in column 0 and is spanning 2 columns, with the difference that we will have a padding, so it will start from I don't know, 40 to the left and 40 to the left. So now we have basically a fixed size where we have our checkbox available to be always in the same place, right? I think I fixed it. I think this will fix it. I think this will fix it, boys. Ah, finally. Fuck, it was like complex. Now there is only another problem, which is the other problem is that when there are no children, I still have my panel. Well, I can just shrink it. Right? When there are no children, I can hide. So actually I can do the opposite. I can have the panel hidden by default. So canvas panel. So canvas, let's call it canvas to collapse. Let's call it canvas to collapse. Maybe now we can remove the images, I think. Even if they were very useful to understand the dynamics of that thing, but so the canvas to collapse should be by default collapsed, right? So it will not show up unless we have a child. And then when we are building the window, Hello, George. I'm doing great, thank you. Don't burn out, yeah. Yeah, I think so. I need to. Maybe I will take a pause, you know, from the streaming because it is. I mean, it's not exactly the same working on plane shift like by yourself, you know. Because when you are by yourself, you're just not explaining stuff. For example, I don't speak. And also you can take pause anytime. You can go, you know, take a drink, come back, listen to music, whatever, play a video game 1 second, then come back. I don't know. You can do it. While when you are on stream, you are trying anyway to keep, you know, to keep a kind of a rhythm to the show. I mean, it's not really a show, but anyway, you know, I'm trying to explain things to people, which I hope is useful. But it's obviously, it's also helping me because it helped me to, you know, to think in a more logical way, maybe. Like just now we fixed a nice problem. Yeah, we could check that. We could check that if you have no children, it's not expanding, right? Don't we have a plus sign? Because we will need a plus sign anyway to. But I think it's starting to work, eh? It's starting to work. It's definitely starting to work. What is the one of the... If I can get this one, I think would be nice. This one is in the expandable area. So if I take expandable area, I think that we have, no? This image should be... but it's the default. There is no image pointing to that. Three arrow expanded. Three arrow. Three. Ah, here it is. Three arrow collapsed. And three arrow expanded. No, we have it. We have it. Three arrow collapsed and three arrow expanded. So I think we can. Do. By the way, I had a bit of a shutout. I think I will do it again now. Because I did it at the beginning of the stream and not all the people were here. Where do I have it? Where do I have it? I think I have to go under Open Office. Yeah, I did a bit of a screenshot of all the Patreons for all the patrons that we have at the moment. And I mean, why change the font again? I don't know. But anyway, and at the moment we have 32 Patreons, and we have one which is at the highest level of at the highest tier, which is actually Bear with the Soul, which is at the 20th level, so thank to him. We have some Dome Travelers, which are Bralke, George. George is you. Yeah, George is you. Nathan Cook, Pizek, Supward, and Uverjai. And so thank you for that. Nice to have you as a Dome Traveler. And then we have the Idla citizens. We have Baxus, Ben, Charles, Chelsea. Chelsea is the latest member. Hello, Chelsea, if you're listening. Christopher, Demon, Gotrak, Grimstone, Agantir, Jarrod, Barry, Jim, Julian, Magali, Maggie, Marcellum. We have 2 Matt Evangelisti, Matt Hopper, Michael Carr, Nathan Fish, 1 Nicola, 1 Nicola Gina, 1 Nova Cadian, Theo, Tony, and Ziara. So thank you a lot, people, for supporting on Patreon and, you know, showing that you care. Because, yeah, I like that you show that you care. I don't know exactly why I like, but I like it. It keeps the motivation up, you know? It keeps the motivation to do this crazy thing up. Probably the first plane she's about. What I can do another. I will do it for maybe for next time or in future. I can do the longest streak. You know, I think I have the data, so I think I can somehow have, you know, the longest streak or the number of months. Yeah, I think I can have the number of months. In parentheses, maybe, or I can have another. Yeah, maybe I can have another statistics with order by the longest streak. So you, George, can say, "I have the longest streak." Yeah, I have it. I have it. What I was doing? Yes, I was changing the. I think we can change in this checkbox. We can check the three arrow collapsed. Boom. And then the checked image will be 3 arrow expanded. Boom. Okay. Let me see if it's better. Ah, the background, no. Okay, they have a freaking. Okay, we can redo it. Okay, we can redo it. We can have a small plus and because they have the gray background, which is horrible. We can have a small plus sign and then a dash sign. I think it will be very easy to do. And then the other thing we need to do is then when there are no children, we should not be able to expand, right? So I think that when we are in... how do I know this? How do I know? 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 I think it's not too complex because I can just check if... So when he wants to collapse, right? When he wants to collapse, before this, I can check if my grid panel for child has any children. So I can do a get all children and see if this array has any length. And if this array has any length, then if this length is greater than 0, then we branch and we do it. If it's not greater than 0, then we revert the state change, I guess, or we do nothing. But I think if we do nothing, this thing will still change its state. So I think I need to set the state of this guy. Otherwise, I think I need to set this check to false. It will probably flicker for a second because it will just go like on and off, right? Let me just try to make the... Let me just try to make this asset. All the same, so that when you press it, it's always keeping the same image. Otherwise, it's already looking bad, but if it flickers like a lot, okay. So now we should have all the things. What the hell? Ah, we have the spacer, I think. No, we have, wait a second. Yeah, we have the spacer. So one child is always there. One child is always there. So we need to do if it's greater than 2. If it's greater than 1, sorry. If it's greater than 1, because the spacer is always there anyway. And it counts as 1, right? Yes, now I cannot expand it. In theory, we should probably change the image if he has no children, right? But I think it's good enough. I think it's good enough. If we now put a good image, I think we have it already in the old plane shift. No, we have the one that we use in the help window. The longest streak. I think so. If you said that you are the first, then you have it. I could check it, but I will check it off stream and maybe create a small statistic. Where do we have the expand and collapse? Let me see in the old plane shift project. Now I need to find it. First I need to find the right drive. Which is this one, okay. Then I need to find the right repo. Which is this one. Then I need to find... I think it will be probably under base skin. I don't think that we are changing those buttons. Wow, that button, boys. But yes, I think that this, this when you need to expand, and then the one looking down, but I don't know what it is. This when it's expanded could be enough, but I think we also have. What do we use in the help window? I think in the help window we use something. I think it's the plus and minus there in the middle. I think it's the small plus and small minus. Not fully sure, but anyway, I think we can use any picture. Let me see if we have but anyway, it's good. I think we built the 3. We did it ourselves, so we did it manually, but I think it's okay. I think it's fine. I don't know where to find materials. Materials icons. Materials icons UI. Material icons. Material icon self UI. No. I don't think that part components has been ever imported, because this part, which is called components, I think is a kind of an additional file. Yes, compared to this one, because this one we imported, and yes, which is this one, right? Which is identical to this. Are we missing like 3 icons there at the top? I don't know why. Why we're missing 3 icons? Yeah, they are missing also from here. So I think we did the components. No, I think we did the icons, I mean. But I think we didn't do the mouse. Or these other things. Components. But yeah, by the way, we had multiple skins. Like this one. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, but we need a bigger plus and minus anyway. Do you think it will look better with a plus and minus, or it will look better with a small arrow going down? Like a triangle going down. I think the triangle is... I think they are both good, by the way. I think the plus and minus is the easiest to do, by the way. I mean, is the one that maybe I can also do myself, you know? Or I can just Google plus icon and minus icon. I can Google plus golden icon. Wow. Look at that. No, I think it's easier if I do it anyway. If I just make it. But it will be a plus like this, right? Just a plus like this one. Da 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 da. Just a plus like this. Where did he go? I don't know how big we should make it. This one I like. Is it usable, or they will royalty free? Okay, nice. Royalty free, we like it. We can make I think I can take only the middle. I mean, I don't need everything else, right? I just need the plus and the mine and the thing. I don't know how big we should make it, but in theory the best would be to make it exactly the size of the thing, so that, yeah, it's exactly as big as this. And then we just delete everything else. And then, yeah, this is kind of our plus sign. I think when you make it super small, it will not even be visible. We just look like a, yeah, it will just look like 2 lines, but maybe we will make it bigger. I don't know, maybe we will be able to zoom on the crafting window. But anyway, this will be the plus. This will be the plus, boys. Where do we put it? We put it under Unreal, no? Put in our Unreal thingy. Content. Textures. Icons. And we call it plus. And now we do the minus, which is, I would say, super easy because we can just, you know, delete everything and copy paste. I don't know if we will look, tiled, if I fully copy this, but yeah, it looks slightly tiled, but at the size that we are reducing it, it will be completely invisible. So I would say we should not freak out. Ouch. Why is doing that? Because I moved it too much, huh? Okay. And this will be the minus. What is the size of this thing? 96 by 96. Perfect. You see, we also do art. That is art. We also do art. Okay. So we have the plus and the minus, which is nice. Do we want to test them in our test project? Okay, we will test them in our test project. Just because we can. So we see if it looks good or bad. I think it looks super nice. Let's see. Real engine, no. Content, textures, icons, plus and minus. Boom. Easy. Save. And then we go with our crafting node. We go here and we remove this ugly thing that they had as a default. So bad. Plus. They are slightly different. Why they are slightly different? I think they apply let me paste it only on the image and yeah, they apply a kind of a shading. Minus. You know that I will use the same technique also for the help, because we also have the help which is made like this, and we can use it. Now I think that I didn't leave any space, so now it's a bit, yeah, it's a bit too beefy. I think I should make it slightly smaller, but I think it looks nice. I should make it slightly smaller. I don't know exactly how I can make it slightly smaller, but I think I can scale it. I can scale it. I don't know. I can. This engine is full of surprises, you know. So I can. If I scale it, what happens? 0.9, 0.9. Will it be identical? I think it's identical. Scale 0.6, 0.6. Ah, no, it's not. Nice. Wow, it looks super nice. I love it. I love it already. Nice. Okay, so we made a component that we can use. Maybe the plus should not appear, eh? We need the ultimate thing. I don't know if it look nice without though. Do you think it looks nice without? Without this? I don't know. Maybe I think it looks better with. Maybe we can have the minus sign. Maybe we can have the minus sign when he has no children, so we automatically expand it. We automatically expand it. Is it better to have the minus? If he has no children? Well, we can. I mean, we can... Because otherwise it seems that you can click, you know? And I don't think it's a good thing. So I can do it if I go... so basically, when we are expanding... Hey, it's not that easy. Because in theory I should check the children and see if the children actually have children and automatically expand it. No, maybe I can do something better. When I create the child... but then if it changes... No. Because I was thinking when I create the child, you know, I know if that child has children or not, and I change the icon at that point. But it's not over... Okay, for now, fuck it. We will have the plus. I mean, it's not mission critical, right? It's not mission critical, so we can live with... we can live with this. It's a bit annoying that you see that you can, but you click on it and it doesn't expand. It's a bit annoying. It gives you the urge to click, you know? It's a bit annoying. What if we... I think I have a solution. I think I have a solution. I think I have a solution. Wait. I had it for a second in my mind. Now it's slipped. Hello. Who's he? Crazy Recoil. Thank you for the follow. And welcome to the channel. We are making an MMO, but at the moment we are making some UI for this MMO. and we are now working in a separate project to speed up the operations. But actually we have another bigger project, which is this one where we have our world and everything. But now I'm working on a separate Unreal Engine project just to work on this problem. So what I want to say is that I think we can have the default block with the grid panel for child, no, canvas to collapse, right? Which is what I have already. Yes, it's collapsed. So actually that one is not shown, right? Is not shown as a default. So I only have my thingy. Now, if I say that my box is checked by default, no, but the problem is that if I say that the box is checked by default, well, I could in theory. Wait, I think it may work. So if I say that the status is checked as a default, right? But then when I add the child, I put it to unchecked, then it will work for the children. But then when I click it, it will revert to the plus. Yes. No, it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea, because anyway we will have the opposite problem. So I don't know, I think we leave it like this. I think what we can do, we can change this icon. I mean, we can just hide this if he has no children, but we can do it in plane shift later on. I mean, it's not that we need it now, you know. We may also, okay, so now the job will be to take this piece and put, now that it works, and put it in our real project, feeding the information with the right I really don't like the plus anyway, so it's so annoying. I will find a way to remove it. I think we can have, you know, we can have you know what is the problem is that when I'm adding the child, you don't know that a node doesn't have children until you finish the job, right? Exactly. You don't know until, because the children are getting added after his own creation. So he's creating itself, and then someone else is adding the children. So all we do is just at the end, like a pass, like a final pass. But I think it would be a bad design to do a final pass on everything, you know, just to do that. Okay, the other thing we need to do is that, in theory, these things, now I added just some text, but in reality, this text will be a button, so it will be something that you can click on, right? So we can leave the text, but we can, I think I did it already, or we wrap it with, yeah, we just put an invisible button below. I think the best way is to just put a button below. Let me just try so that we so it will be below this text. No? I cannot have it as a child of this because I'm in the grid panel. Okay, it's the same. I think I can I think I can just put it in the right location, which is here, column span 2. But we will have no, okay, and padding 40, like we said, right? Okay. So we keep the same logic. So the button is exactly the same size of the, with the difference that the button will be completely transparent, right? So it will be alpha 0. No, will be, how do we make it? Yes, background color alpha 0. Okay, so like this is completely invisible, but obviously is there, and so you can click it. I mean, it looks like you're clicking the text, but in reality you're clicking the button. Now the button should have the same thing as the text, with the difference, let me just check something. If I make the text, if it's still working. Yeah, it's still working. Okay. So the button is here. Now, if we don't see it, but it's there. So I can associate an event, right, to my button. And boom. We can do something, right? We can print just the name of the thing for now, just to show that it's working, right? Okay. I mean, as simple as that, but obviously in our game will be different. So now when I click here, you know, beer types, now maybe it's too small for you to see, but beer types is showing up there. So for every button that I click. And for us, this will be the way to trigger the information. Okay, so now that we have this, okay, now we are at a good point, okay, because we have the 3 working, and in the game we have the information that is coming, right? The information that is coming through the Planeship player controller, which is actually pumping up these nodes, right? And these nodes are already kind of in the format that we want them. The only problem we have now is that it's too late, because it's Thursday night and it's not Friday. If it was Friday, I could stay, but tomorrow morning I have to work, and so I need to go. Well, I know I'm a bit sleepy. But anyway, mission accomplished. We did the 3, and it's what we wanted. So, you know what I will do? I think that some of these things I can just publish as examples. Like this thing, I think will be reusable by other people. So I could make like a video on YouTube in our channel, which is like simple 3 whatever, and I just release this piece, and then I put it as a component, and I think it may bring some people in, right? Maybe, I don't know if I will have the time, because, but as an idea, it can be a good idea. Okay, guys, thank you for watching, and we are making small steps, but definitely we are making step forward. The alpha is up, so if you want to test it, let me just check how many million bugs do we have now. Where is the one? Fly spray? Fly spray. There is people pumping in bugs. Yes, cows are moving while laying on the floor. Yeah, I know. Yeah, this has to be fixed. I think your walk animation looks like she's living in a... Okay. Level of Darren Air is showing through the top. Yes, this is also something I need to fix. This is actually a more generic problem, which is... I will change this one if I can. Can I log in? This one is actually more complex than this. Is a keeping robe should well, depends on the characters, but the idea was that when equipping robes or equipping helms, we should remove the air mesh. Now it may not work for the hooded one, for the unhooded ones, but let me change it to more generic. Equipping robe or equipping helm should remove the hair mesh. Example, levels down here is showing through the top of his robe. Yeah, so that is basically what we need to do. It's not a complex change, but it's something I need to do. And by the way, that is the same with the torso plate. No, with wait, there are two things. There are two things. Actually, equipping robe should remove hair mesh, torso, arms, legs, and equipping helm should remove hair. So this is how it should work, at least. This is how it was working in the old game. And it is, yeah. I think that is confirmed for sure and is assigned to me. And assigned to me. Yes, we have one bug to fix. We have one bug to fix, my friends. Okay, see you boys very soon. I think tomorrow, I don't know, Friday is a bit of a weird day, so sometimes I have stuff to do on Friday, which is a bit annoying, but it's okay. So maybe tomorrow will not be here. I will tell you anyway. I will type in the chat in case... I will type in Discord if I'm not live, so you can check and you will know. So with that said, good night everyone, and see you soon. Bye bye. Bye bye.